Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. It's a ladder match between Turin, this is Turin, Uba Yuzu, and OxideIon. Both playing Cyber, and the map is Fancylands, a remake, sort of a remake, not exactly the same as Badlands. I'm not sure, maybe Bias made this. I'm honestly not sure though who the creator is. I think it must be Bias, because Lionheart made Goodlands, a different Badlands remake, also not really like Badlands exactly. This one is more similar than Goodlands for sure, but still a bit different. Have a lot more reclaim in this area. There's no trees, it's all rocks, unlike Badlands, which has quite a bit of trees all over the map really. Here we have just those sort of alien trees here. Talking about whether or not the build order for Badlands works here. Oxide saying there's too much mass for that to work. But, well, that's actually, he's already doing a pretty normal Badlands build order, honestly. Except he actually skips the two mexes. It's quite a nice adjustment there. So he's working well. He has enough mass, just enough energy. Yeah, nice adjustment skipping out the two mexes. You can see Turin's done the same thing because there is so much mass here. And no trees in the way and the mass is closer together. The mexes get delayed a bit more in favor of reclaim. So you do get a lot more mass a lot quicker from reclaim than you do from mexes. And at no cost. Unlike someone in the mapping Discord was quite adamant that reclaiming costs power, it doesn't. Thankfully. So we have a lot of land for Turin. It's going very late air. 3 land factories already up. And I thought he'd make some more engineers out of his land factories here. Maybe add a few extra. But just making engineers out of 1 factory. And Mantis and scouts out of 2. You can see these guys used scouts in the early game, land scouts, 1 for each choke point. Both of them did that, and lets you spot any possible incoming raid. The radar reveals all. Oxide really not have as many factories up as Turin. Turin on 4 now. Trying to get a raid past this engineer, dodges, and survives on very low HP. We have still only 3 land factories for Oxide. And his ACU moving to the right, building mexes. His engineer's walking the whole way over here to build his hydro. I think it's probably kind of wasteful, honestly, of the build power. It could have been building all this time. Could have added another factory or some T1P gens. Don't know if it's really that good, especially when he has a much closer hydro on this side. Might be a bit of a slight inefficiency there. Turin also not going for his close hydro. Focusing on getting the mass reclaim and building land factories. Looks like Oxide has better expansion. 11, 12 mexes for Turin. And a couple more for Oxide. Also now adding factories at a good rate. It's getting rid of all of his resources. Still has a lot of mass in this crater. There is so much mass here. Not as much as on Goodlands. On Goodlands, it's really, really over the top with reclaim. This one is slightly more restrained, but still, there's a lot here, especially close to the spawn. So both players just really trying to maximize how they use their reclaim and grab as much of it as possible and turn it into factories as fast as they can, more or less. Some ecoing begins already. There's the T2 Max on the way. Oxide has not started one yet. And both players getting their site expansions just about the same time. Still no Hydra on the... Actually, Turin did the same thing as Oxide. See, Oxide got this one before he got this one. Turin kind of did the same. Not sure why. Turin tried to do a little run by here, maybe aim at these maxes, and if not, run all the way to the back and be annoying back here, but got caught out. Now there is actually a decent amount of reclaim in middle and also in between these two sides. So in the middle of all three chokes, there's a pretty significant amount of mass. Turin complaining that this plays like Goodlands, that is, you know, reclaim whoring at the start mostly, not much aggression. He's a big fan of the original Badlands. Oh, let's speed it up. Let's see what happens. Looks like Turin has very little air. Well, we have about 6 empties. Slightly more for Oxide. Might suggest he avoided stalling, maybe a bit better than Turin did. 50 Mantis, slightly more for Turin, and he's complaining that he has too much mass to use on this map. First world problems. T2 land on the way already, just about finished. And just as he's finishing the T2 land, you can see a lot of pressures coming in. He's lost some radars, and Oxide making a go at doing some damage. Seems like a bit of a waste of units. Now, where's Oxide's T2 land? Here it is, almost done. And he has a couple of T2 mexes in the base now. So Oxide leads in eco. Turin got his tech slightly faster. Has he got a T2 engineer out? I would expect T2 engineer to be the first thing out for that very important TMD, and of course T2 PGen. It's like some units trying to get past again for Oxide. It's being nice and aggressive, but looks like he's just gonna get caught. This formation move is not helping Turin at all. He's just gonna let the Mantis run away because units move quite slowly in formation move. I also never rebuilt this mechs. So just normal stuff so far. Looks like do have a factory up here. Reclaim in the middle only being grabbed now, and this has never been touched. Let's just take a look at how much mass is here. That's a lot. That's like 2k mass on the screen right now, as you can see. So get to it, guys. This also not taken at all. Another 2,500 reclaim. The plateaus are split, and Oxide is just looking a bit better here. Ecoing a bit faster. Similar tech timing. And not much difference between the two guys. See Turin assisting his support factories. It's quite nice, especially you want to do it when they're upgrading. so you get the upgrade done as fast as possible. And continuing to assist them is also fine. I think the most important part is to upgrade them while they're, or assist them while they're upgrading. Will we see some T3 land? It looks like we have a lot of rhinos planned, but do we have a lot of Medusa planned? That's what we need. Well, we need actually more Medusa, that's for sure. A lot of factories upgrading here. All of these going to T2. So, Oxide trying to get rid of all his mass and storage. Turin is not investing in so many T2 factories, and now we see why, because he's going to be going to T3 land. So he's got a decent number of rhinos right now. Has a decent army, didn't really waste any units. Turin's basically just been defending now. He hasn't really made the most of it by getting all the reclaim on his side, but still has been not wasteful at all and just sort of absorbed the attacks that Oxide made, and now he's going to move to T3 while Oxide has now invested in a lot of support factories, and that's not going to leave him with enough mass to support them and also go T3. Also looks like Turin is about even on T2 mexes again. Let's see the army. So yeah, we have a big problem here. We have an extra P-gen that wasn't needed for Oxide, and he's not getting rid of his T1 power. So yeah, not a good eco balance, and it's damaging Oxide quite a lot here, I feel like. T3 land almost complete now. A lot of assists on this. Get it as quick as possible. Now some attacks coming in. Bit of a push in the middle. On the left we have a nice suicide, giving some reclaim to this ACU, who is much obliged. And this army in the middle though is pretty decent. We actually have a TML built for Turin in the middle, and as you can see, you can hit most everything. Just the ones at the back being out of range. Oxide leads on mass, 6k ahead, and he has 9 T2 mexes, many of which are in danger. And ooh, the TML has been spotted. Where's the TMD? There's only a single TMD, so this mex could die, maybe even this one. Certainly these ones here. And I don't see any TMD queued up to defend this. So unless he can make a push with this middle army all the way in and attack the TML directly, he's going to have to be making TMD pretty quickly. Looks like we have a little drop planned, and on the right, with just 2 on land, Turin's expansion is run over. ACU also there to provide some moral support. Now the loyalists from Turin making their presence felt in middle, push this army away, and he's feeling quite safe. On the left it looks like Turin may have attacked into a PD and lost all of his units. Now we have a little drop here. A Rhino 2 Medusa dropped to the cliff. There's no arties up here to defend. Arties are nice because you can see this drop was not moved at all after it landed, so arties would absolutely just destroy this completely. I think that's Turin reacting to maybe this drop. Let's see. The eco from Turin is not very good. I don't know why he's built that new P-Gen. He just doesn't have mass to use any of that. And Oxide looks good. Now it's T3 land of his own. T1 PD defending quite well versus these loyalists. And gonna speed it up slightly. Will we see some airplay maybe? Well, we have extra air factories added. But no T2 air. It's quite a nice drop from Oxide, although he hasn't killed his factory. This TML is loaded and has been for a while, but there's still no missiles launched. Ooh, we got some nice kills there with the couple of loyalists. And still the right side is under pressure, and there's, oh my god, there's so many missiles loaded in that for so long, and could have seen many dead mexes, but as it is, only one dies. He could have definitely killed all four of these, maybe more. He'd launched earlier, but he gave up a lot of ground, and Oxide did nicely to run in and snipe that. Now we have a pure Loya force from Turin. When will someone switch to bricks? Looks like Oxide is. That's going to be interesting to see just how much better the bricks are. Oh, nice sneaky run by. Got past a few units here, although probably could have killed all of them anyway. But he runs past, kills the expansion, needs to now run away from the AC before he loses some to overcharge. Oh, the overcharge lands, but it doesn't kill them. Oops. Only a single storage. And Turin also switching to the bricks. Looks like he's got some units caught out there. Many loyalists on the left. Now there's no stealth here that would help these greatly to get close and run past. Re-expansion using the ACU here. And you see, if there was stealth, these bricks would not have reacted and moved over to defend this, but as it is, that's a mass donation. The range of the bricks just helping greatly. On the right side, Oxide now doing even more damage. And then leaving promptly. And this force seems to be almost entirely Medusa. And then just a couple loyalists. Turin seems quite far behind right now. You can see many T2 mexes. We can't see how many are storaged. And there are a few. 25,000 mass in a land army, and only 15 for Turin. This looks quite bad. And we have T2 air and gunships coming, but what difference can they really make? Well, there's zero flak whatsoever, so they surely can help, but actually Oxide has a lot of inties, and he's now mixed in stealth, although it's all in one place, and Treb on this would be nice. Get rid of all those filthy arties. And here come the Inties. Sends most of them back and chases the gunships with a small group, most of which escape. A lot of T2 P-gens. We need to see a T3 P-gen right now from Oxide, really. Can't continue to keep making all of these T2 P-gens, just not as efficient. Speaking of efficiency, Turin has a T3 mechs, and he's starting to work on his next T3 mechs. I don't see any T3 mechs from Oxide. He's preferring to upgrade a lot of mechs to T2 and get those storages, which is more efficient, but maybe he will not quite realize what Turin has here at the back of his base, which is 2 T3 mechs. That is a lot of economy. Very quickly went into those. And actually, he's already working on one of his own, so he shouldn't be caught off guard too much. We have a lot of engineers being dropped. The plateau is claimed on the left side, already had the right side secured. And now there's a lot of stealth around, stealthing all of the armies. So we have a scout spam overhead to try and fight against this, but the right expansion goes down once again. And all of these bricks are huddled around a T2P gen, which may go off at any moment and do a lot of damage to them. But actually, this could be a very nice fight for Turin. He needs to move into this, try and catch these bricks before they leave, and yeah, it looks like now they're in full retreat, running away. And oh, a nice breaking off a couple loyalists to try and raid the back, and looks like they will be successful. All of Turin's air is under threat here, but he manages to save some of it. Corsairs coming from Oxide. Bricks being dropped onto economy, but loyalists sprinting to react. A couple of T2 mechs are down. Oh, another one. And this looks worse and worse. Turin is the one taking all the damage. And Oxide still has just as many bricks as his opponent. Although, perhaps... yeah, we do have more loyalists, certainly, for Turin. So the eco game, still Oxide leads by such a margin. But the land army game has sort of evened up. As Oxide committed some units to attacks. T3P gen finishes the first one for Oxide. And this is a dangerous place to be. We have a lot of loyalists moving in on these bricks, and they're going to be stunned in place as bricks for Turin move in to join the fight and get a lot of free damage. Look at this. That is pretty nice for Turin. It would have been a lot better if the bricks got in here a lot faster, but as it is, it's pretty good. Oh, Corsairs from the right come in and snipe 2 T2P gens. All of the build power around this factory has died, likely to some T3 arty. And Turin lost all of his loyals here, but quite a few bricks died for Oxide. And there's reclaim left on Turin's side. What he needs is T3P gen. Actually, right now he probably needs more T2P gens. He has very little power income. And Only 3 T2P gens, yes, that is far from enough at this stage. And maybe that will slow him down enough that this reclaim can be recaptured by Oxide, or it just simply won't make enough difference to allow Turin get back into the game. Let's see, do we have anything? No, no T3 air. No Monkey Lord, that's another T2P gen. Not sure why you would make more T2P gens once you have a T3P gen. Should rather be building more T3 and reclaiming the T2. Now, does Turin have any strategy here to win the game? Or did he send me a relatively uninteresting game? Quite one-sided. Well, he's building some radar. He's not grabbing his reclaim. But he is, well, he's trying his best here on the left, and he has a lot of bricks, but he has almost his entire army on the left, and that's going to leave him weak on the right side. But maybe not too weak, maybe he could survive it. Oh, look at that. A couple of trebs are dropped on the plateau to fire down. And Turin is definitely getting better fights here, even though he has a lot less. His fights are just better, getting better angles generally, and just baiting Oxide in. That Oxide is such a massive economy that I don't think that he's really in any danger. With 8 T3 mexes and almost every other mex T2 in storage, there's just not much that can be done. Coming up to 40 bricks now for Oxide. Turin keeping up with that well. Turin also having absolutely zero TMD anywhere. Just absolutely none. It's amazing. Oh, this is great for him though. Look at this. Again, another fantastic fight for Turin. Is he actually coming back into this game? What he really needs, he needs his T3P gen, and he has one. I think he might need a second one for all this mass. Look at the amount. Look at how many bricks he had left over. He traded extremely efficiently, which is really ridiculous that he's now he has the unit lead for sure. You can see here 43 bricks, Oxide on like 33, 34. Monkey Lord. And hey-oh, we got another one. So we're gonna have a couple of monkeys shortly. So much mass. He has a Monkey Lord in storage right now. So he has quite a few T3 engineers, a few T2 engineers, and some T1. Mass is disappearing quickly, but he has so much more. So much more waiting for him. All of this. Let's just take a look. 23,000 on screen there. And here we have 18,000. These engineers have to be killed. Can't allow Oxide to steal this away, because Oxide already has just an absurd economy lead. Again, a ladder player afflicted with the anti-spam mind disease. Sad to see. That's a nice fight for Oxide though. Wants to move out of range again to use the stealth. He had quite a nice formation. Oh, it looks like he's allowed his arties to get killed here. They're trailing the army. There they go. What's really shocking is no T3 air from either player, especially Oxide, and the Monkey Lord took a while to make that. It looks like, as in he started it late in the game. Turin actually finished his first because he has so much mass. He actually has depleted his mass part. Got to get back to reclaiming, and he's adding another T3 Pigeon for an Omni, and then we're going to see another Spider Bot. What can this Spider Bot do here? Spider Bot for Oxide has been spotted on the left by a nice scout, and here's another one going overhead. There he is. Now, is this going to be yet another mass donation? We have the obscene horde of inties going to fly over this flak. Try give it vet. And, ooh, this monkey needs to come back to the left side. As Turin, I don't know what he's saying. He definitely is not getting this expansion. Next to those arties. Oh wow, there's 31 bricks right here. He can easily kill this Monkey Lord. He needs to target fire this fucker and take him out. Because if he doesn't target fire, the stealth is gonna screw with him. He needs, just kill it, dude. Well, okay, he's retreating. Doesn't want to fight that yet. His Monkey Lord is over here fighting quite a few bricks. Now the target fire comes in and he decides better of it. Well, that's getting a little intense here. A bad move with Spider Bot and this game can actually turn around. Ooh, a second Monkey Lord almost finished, and that would be perfect. So you can see Turin is not pushing after this. He could actually push after this because he has more bricks. He's just chilling. He's waiting for his own Spider Bot to be, his second one to be done. I don't see a second one from Oxide. I don't think he started one. But what he has done, Oxide, has gone for gunships. Let's see the economy again. He has 580 to 384. Almost 100k more total mass for Oxide. We look at kills, slightly better, only slightly better for Turin. And the air is actually doing pretty nice damage. Corsairs here on the right. They can't come into the base thanks to all these SAMs, but they're killing units that come out of the base, and so are these arties. So that's the plan. We have another Spider Bot for Oxide. He's only starting it now, but these whalers, these gunships could be the key to closing the game out. How Turin is still in this? Well, it's difficult to understand, but really it's just all the donated reclaim. Let's see the reclaim count. Over 100k for Turin. Can he make this megalith? He certainly can. Doesn't want to stall because he's going to lose all the intel from his Omni, and now, oh, that's very bad to let his Spider Bot go forward with absolutely no anti-air. Also, he actually has, oh no, he has 13 flags, not really enough now, but he's just, oh, that's a wasted Monkey Lord, quite sadly. It's gonna die, and he's even moving his other one in there just a glutton for punishment. That is a huge blow. And a very bad mistake at the exact wrong time. Oxy's second Monkey Lord, almost complete. The first one just almost at that first vet level. Very close. And these whalers, there's not much to stop them at all. But this mega could be the turning factor. We're gonna need to see a lot of flax come out of these T2, T3 factories. Ooh, we have a bank of TML for Turin, and well, TML is basically good against whatever it hits. So these should be TML'd. The mexes up here should be TML'd. Stationary armies of bricks should be TML'd. You can even TML this up here. Could build a TML over here and kill this whole plateau. He can actually TML this stuff because there's no... Oh, he just finished TMD. But yeah, these definitely should be TML'd. This could be TML. Yeah, there's just 1,000,001 targets for these. Turin could just find the time to target all that stuff. That looks like a whaler. Got a bit lost. That one even had a vet level. Now we have 2 spider bots moving in on the left side. And that is very bad for Turin. Where is the mega? Here it is. He's starting in the next one already. He cannot get access to this reclaim. And it's actually taking damage from the arties as well. See, there's about 60k reclaim spread around the place. We have brick wrecks, and now we have the mega for Oxide. And actually Turin is using this bank of TMLs to go after the TMD and then follow up by TMLing all these T3 mexes for Oxide. Oof. Oh, what happened there? Did he TML some inties? Is that what's happening? Damn, if those inties took off as those missiles are flying, you can probably hit some. Oh yeah. See, he actually blocked a missile there. And actually this TMD saved the day, splitting the missile. So now we have spiders versus megas. We all know who wins that, but there is so many whalers. 16 of them, 20,000 mass flying through the sky. This T3 army forced to retreat in the face of some very powerful weaponry. But the whalers are going to come after this, and there's not enough. That's not enough flak at all. You can actually kill all of that flak very, very quickly. Unless there's some extreme dodging. And Turin now making a nuke. Surely this can be seen on radar. But I'm not sure where he's building it actually. Maybe he's building it back here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Can Oxide see that? Oh no, he can't. And here come the whalers now. Oh, the flag is lagging behind the mega. No. Oh god. Look at how much health is just disappearing. It's just lost about 40,000 HP. But the flak is here doing massive damage. And the whalers retreat. Oh, they're not retreating far enough though, are they? This could be a bad waste. The T3 RT going after the flak. And whalers are dropping out of the sky. But a lot of the flak dies. Looks like the rest of the whalers are going to be suicided. And that is a bad waste. So that's actually... You know what? That's actually a fine... That's a decent trade for... for Turin in the end, honestly. He did lose about 50k off his mega, but... Most of those whalers are dead. No real need to send the rest of the Inti's in. But now we have 3 spider bots and my game is grinding to a halt somehow. For some reason, those TMLs are being used to good effect. There's 3 T3 mexes went down here. The T2 mexes on the cliff went down. This mex went down. I don't know if it was T2 or T3 at the time. And the second mega is in mid. And it's moving awfully close to that T3 army. Please, 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 no. Come back. Don't miss micro this. Okay, yeah, he's backing up again. Where is the Omni? Right. So the Omni is here. We can see that Omni range is here. So you can see it would be so much nicer to have the Omni here in the middle so you can actually see these spider bots at all times once they're getting close. Because right now his Mega is shooting and then it's stopping and he has to run away. Oh no. Spiders are getting very close. Thankfully he has a lot of bricks with him and his own spider. But this Mega needs to run for its life. Actually, it's going to turn and fight now. Maybe the second Mega needs to be sent this way as well. And this is oh, there's so few bricks here. The sheer number of bricks for Turin is going to mean this is a terrible mass donation for Oxy. The bricks need to be sent in to get in after this spider bot, but they're being left idle. Just a very bad miscalculation, and for some reason the I think it must have been stealth again. Yes, because the Mega stopped firing, and that is one of the most devastating mass donations I have seen on ladder in a long time. Don't underestimate 50 bricks. 50 bricks, man. I mean, Oxide probably had about 10 bricks there, max. But now we have a huge pouring of... well, huge pouring of blood from these pilots in mid as they get absolutely murdered by this flak. But we have a lot of bricks moving to the left to support these 2 megaliths, and there's just so much mass here that this is the battleground now. There is, I mean, look, that is nothing to sniff at. 32k apparently on screen here, at 30k. But this far outweighs it. Look at that, 73,000 mass, 4 spider bot wrecks, and some brick wrecks just thrown in for good measure. And so Oxide sends everything to that side. And that means 2 megas. A third one on the way. Nice use of hives here by Oxide to mitigate the build time nerf of the experimentals. And he just has such a gigantic economy that engineers are kind of annoying to use. And why not use the very nice energy stations? Oh, this Mega is in range of bricks, and a Mega never wants to be in range of bricks. But the HP advantage certainly at the start was with the 2 OxideIon megaliths, as they hadn't entered combat yet. This Mega for Turin has 3 vets, and this one has its first vet already. If this can survive, oh no, he goes down, kills a mex with him, and now we have a huge battle, and it's just full commitment from both players as Megas fight bricks. And this is, well, what the hell, just a little raiding spider bot. Okay, that doesn't seem like the best plan, but hey, we're at the T4 stage. I don't know, I don't think spider bot raids are really gonna ever be a thing in this game. And there's still a mega left over for Turin, and that means this reclaim is still his. Now, these whalers might have something to say about it, but there's not that many of them right now. And flaks are being sent over here, and there already are quite a few flaks. Now, the nuke. We have a nuke from Turin already. He's had this for a while. Very nice adjacency. 3 P-gens around it. You can see reducing the cost, the energy cost greatly by about 1.2 thousand. Making those P-gens super efficient. And that is much further along than Oxide's SML. And also, his nuke defense is not loaded, it's not being assisted, and this is almost finished. And Turin is not stalling. Oxide has seen the nuke, and he is stalling power that's damaging his ability to load this anti-nuke. Now maybe he has another one. He does, but this is the first one that he built, and he's gonna probably have to assist it with some hives at least some of them, maybe not all. We have another mega finish for him. This reclaim being sucked up by Turin. And oh, the TMLs are firing. This is a good use of TMLs as well, is killing Rex. Aim it at experimental Rex. Oh my god, the whalers are moving after Turin's ACU. No, he's fucking dead. Oh my god. This is how it ends, really. Turin, no. He can't kill the whalers fast enough, I just know. He is absolutely dead. Just as he had his nuke finished, he could have launched it immediately and beat the SMD to completion. But just some whalers fly in, and Turin's just here in the middle of nowhere with no shields or flak or SAMs or... Let's take a look at the SAMs. Yep, very well spread out here on the right side of the map. Just no SAMs anywhere else. All the flak very well placed. This is a great flak army down here in this corner. Oh, the poor ACU left with no protection, and nicely spotted by Oxy, and just sent in those, I'm not sure how many, 10 or 12 gunships, and took him out. Great snipe. But Oxy made that a lot more difficult than he needed to, I think. He had a pretty decent lead, but just consistently gave Turin some mass, and Turin was going to win this if he launched that nuke. I don't know why he didn't launch it straight away. But he could beat the SMD. He just killed a lot of T3 mexes, although that was just after donating a whole Monkey Lord of mass. But yeah, very well played, both players. Especially Turin, who was so far behind, but managed to stay alive and just survive, keep himself in there for so long, and then unfortunately just got caught with a nice T3 gunship snipe. So well played. Well played both players. Hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you tune in my next cast very shortly, and I'll see you then.